Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Anime here on Reaction and Review. Yes, guys, I am dedicating an entire month to Japanese animated films, and I have decided to kick off this month with a movie from 2012. And this movie's title, I swear to God, is way too fucking wordy, but I'm not going to hold that against the film. The movie is Berserk, the Golden Age Arc 1, The Egg of the King. I swear to God, guys, we honestly don't need both of those subtitles in there. Yes, guys, that is two separate subtitles on this film. Alright, now I am going to tell you guys right now, I do happen to remember years and years ago, I actually saw the animated series of this, all 24 episodes, and I loved it. The only thing I hated was the ending, because the ending sort of like sets up for a second season, and we never got a second season, and I was too fucking lazy to go out and purchase the books. So I've been kind of left, wanting more, and instead of getting more and sort of getting more of the story, we get a trilogy which goes and remakes the 24 episode series into a film trilogy. So I honestly at least am going to know how the third film ends, because that's really about all that I happen to remember from the series. I am hoping for this to be good. I really am. And the only way I'm going to find out if this thing is any good at all is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Berserk, the Golden Age Arc 1, The Egg of the King. Okay, that was certainly a rather brutal, kill. I was not expecting his eye to pop out of his skull like that. That was certainly a little bit gruesome. I mean, it was certainly cool, but I was not expecting that. That was... wow. Okay. Guys, that honestly was not really a visual sick, but just the fucking sound of that snap. Just... wow, that actually, guys, is just a little bit nauseating. Holy shit. Guys, I really sort of hoped I wouldn't have to comment on this, but god damn it, I am going to right now. This film, every time that this film utilizes CG, it looks hideous. I'm really hoping, guys, that it doesn't ruin this, because so far, guys, writing here has been really solid. It's just that the CG in this thing is just so primitive and ugly and cheap that it's actually bringing everything down slowly. And god damn it, I really hope that the CG is better in the sequels. But I have a feeling I'm kind of stuck, with this shit until the end of this film. Guys, I'm really happy to see this fucking douchebag die. I honestly just sort of wish that he died a more graphic, death. He was that much of a worthless, unfucking likable prick. I just kind of sort of wish that Guts did more than just slash at him once. I really wish he would have had a little bit more fun with it, actually, like, taking his time. But hey, plus side is, a douchebag is dead. That makes me happy. Well, guys, that was Berserk, the Golden Age Arc 1, The Egg of the King. Let's shut that off. I swear to God, that title doesn't need two subtitles. Who the fuck put... oh, okay, guys, I'm sorry, okay? I am bothered by idiotic titles. We didn't need both. We didn't need both the Golden Age Arc 1 and the Egg of the King. We could have had one or the other, and it would have been fine. Putting both on there, it just makes your title wordy and kind of shit. Now, let's talk about the movie itself instead of bitching about the overlong wordy title. I am going to break my usual pattern here, guys, because normally I talk about writing first, but there's something I need to talk about because it bothered me. It bothered me, it irritated me, it just bugged me to a point where it almost ruined this film for me. And that is this movie's use of CG. I want to make this point clear before I go any further. Not normally, 9 times out of 10, I have no problem with CG being blended with 2D animation. CG being worked into traditional hand-drawn, cel-shaded, or cel-drawn animation. That's normally for things like buildings, backgrounds, anything which has to like scroll or move. It's different though when you are flip-flopping between hand-drawn animation for your characters and cel-shaded CG for them. Now, right here is sort of the thing. If the shot is like close-up, and you maybe see like 2, possibly 3 people in shot, it's going to be hand-drawn, alright? If it is a wide-angle shot, or if it's a battle sequence, or if anyone is on horseback, or, well, it's a whole host of other things, it's going to be rendered in CG. The problem with the CG is, first of all, it doesn't match the hand-drawn stuff we see in this film. So we honestly could see a shot of Guts and fucking Griffith talking in a meadow, like close up, and then when it cuts to a wide-angle shot, the both of them are rendered in CG. Their armor looks almost completely different. The coloring is way off. The biggest problem, and this is with all of the CG in this film, the actual animation is horrible. Guys, I have not seen animation this stiff, this lifeless, or this fucking robotic in years. Guys, this movie came out in 2012, and it has CG animation that, at least honestly, in terms of moving your figures, would have been shit in 2006. That is sad, because, god damn it, I was kind of expecting better. Now, mind you, you know, if you can look past this hideously terrible CG, the movie itself is amazing. Of course, I'm also kind of sort of biased because I did watch the fucking animated series of this years ago. This thing here, I believe it covers like the first 10 episodes. First 10 episodes of the show, whittled down to 1 hour and 16 minutes. So they guys were cutting a shitload of filler and fat and worthlessness in order to make it fit in that tight little space. But goddamn it worked. Alright? Writing here is really tight. Writing here is fantastic. The only real issue I have that could very, very well ruin this for a lot of people is the constant CG, and they utilize CG almost exclusively, and you'll see almost no hand-drawn anything during the battle sequences, and the battle sequences are the moments when you really do notice the stiff, terrible animation from the CG. Now, I will say this, though. Hand-drawn stuff looks fine. And the hand-drawn stuff looks really good. It would have been nice if they would have utilized more of that and less of the cel-shaded shit. However, though, that is kind of sort of what we are stuck with. And I'm going to guarantee you this, guys. Now, if all of it honestly was able to just bother, you know, me slightly, I have a funny feeling it is going to turn off people. And it is going to turn them off horribly. Now, I'm going to try to stop bitching about the animation, because I do want to touch on everything else here. I have already stated about writing. Writing here is really good. It's really solid. I really think that really, guys, if there's any problem when it comes to writing, it has to do with dialogue. And that, guys, is also a very rare problem. And the reason why it's kind of a problem is because, once more, we have to try to match mouth flaps, which were originally in Japanese, and you're trying to make those fit English dialogue. The problem is that we sometimes have mouth flaps that just don't totally work, and that they seriously are either too long or they are too short, the actual, like, flapping sequence. And it really just kind of sort of forced the translators to really try to either stretch out or horribly compress a line of dialogue. So we wind up, at least if you're watching the English dub, we wind up with some really klutzily written dialogue. However, though, those honestly are few. However, though, those very poorly written lines are very few and far between. Everything else here, guys, is really solid, and it's totally worth fucking watching because of the writing. Music here is also really solid. Our voice acting, our voice cast, at least once more for the English dub, are really good. Most of them actually were even able to work with those klutzily written lines and kind of make them work. So, I mean, that honestly is pretty good. But I do have to warn, there are also a few lines that are also given in a really flat manner. So really, guys, like, dubbing-wise, this is sort of average. Honestly, guys, this movie is certainly a fun film, and I cannot wait to check out the sequel a little later on this month. So yes, guys, I guess honestly that kind of sums it up. I can totally recommend this. This thing is definitely worth, watching, but I do have to say that if you have the option between this or the fucking animated series from at least like 10, possibly 15 years back, maybe even longer, go and watch that. You actually are going to get a slightly deeper, story, and you're not going to be plagued with the horrendous cell fucking shaded nonsense we got here. But, once more, as long, honestly, as you can look past that hideous fucking CG, everything else here, guys, glows. And it glows beautifully. This thing is definitely worth, watching. Especially if you were a fan of that series and you want to see it given a slightly higher budget and you want to see it brought back. I certainly am hoping that the sequels are able to fix the big issue involving fucking CG. I really hope so. However, though, after sitting through this, I really think I'm kind of sort of tempered against it now, which honestly means that the sequels, it's probably not going to bother me as much. I certainly hope that it doesn't bother me as much. Otherwise, the next two films in this series could very well end up a little bit hellish. Now, oh boy, fucking title. I swear I hate this title. Berserk. Okay, so guys, Berserk, the Golden Age Arc 1, The Egg of the King, came off the Amazon wish list. The person who sent it in was Ike, and I would love to give you guys Ike's, YouTube channel, but he never sent it to me. In fact, I actually had to guess that it was Ike by going and asking a friend of mine who's also a friend with Ike. So yeah, I honestly, guys, had to go hunting to even know that this thing was sent in by Ike. But dude, Ike, I thank you. I was really curious about this, and the movie, honest to God, guys, warts and all, is really solid, and I would not have known that if you hadn't have sent it in, dude. I thank you for this, and I also thank you for the sequels, because I'm kind of hoping that the sequels are just as good. Again, though, I'm going to find that out a little bit later on this month. And yeah, guys, that actually means that there are 2 more episodes coming up where I have to rattle off an ultra wordy, irritating title, and I'm not really digging that much. Anyway, guys, this honestly was, really fun. I cannot wait to check out the sequels. However, I actually know I'm just like looking at my little pile of movies over here. I honestly am looking, I am looking even more forward to the next episode. You guys are going to love I hope so. You guys are going to love the next episode. I've been looking forward to this one for months. I cannot wait to get that one filmed. And I would love, guys, to, you know, do it now, but I've actually got other things I have to do. Anyway, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.